Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now I'm taking a look at Paris-Dakar, which was a shit game challenge request by YouTuber John Gage, who in turn had been asked to give it a look-see by a YouTuber called Goodison Gamer. And from what I can make out, the game was released in Spain in 1988. And it seems like it was released at a price of 875 pesetas. I don't know what the equivalent in euros would be now, so I don't know whether it's a budget or full price title. But it looks like it also came out for the Amiga, the Amstrad CPC, and the MSX, and the publisher was Figurat Software. And given that it was only released in Spain, don't be surprised to find that you won't get text in English. But one thing it doesn't change is that that music's not great, so you can actually redefine the keys or use joystick or cursor keys. Quite why you'd want to use cursor keys in a Spectrum game from 1988 is anyone's guess, but the option's there anyway. I've had a little bit of a practice with this, and I'm happy with the default keys. Q, A, O, P, and M of them are the main ones, but there are also some other keys that you need to take into account in order to get about. So let's press to play, which is jugar, so I press 0. Now you got training, start rally, resume previous career, and main menu. So as you can tell by that second option, you can actually continue continue from where you left off if you manage to get to the end of a particular stage and get the code that you'll be presented with. I've done a bit of training in a practice run, so I'll just go straight into start rally. So option 1, name, marking the stage, wait a few seconds. So in the Paris to Geneva stage by the looks of things. And there's our little buggy. And one thing that's nice is that you actually, if you look carefully, you can actually see that the front wheels actually adjust just like they would in real life. So look, when I turn left, you can actually see the front wheels actually. Now this is an important bit. If you press G, you can call up a route book, and that is basically telling you where you need to go. So, and if you press up and down, you can actually advance through the pages, and it looks like we've got 4 pages worth of directions here. So 3 kilometers west, 3 kilometers south, and if you go to the right, you can get to the idea of how your vehicle's doing. Brakes are okay, engine's okay. Now cambio looks like it means change, and the only thing I can think of that could relate to is gears. And in direction, okay, not the fact that I've actually gone anywhere, but and that tells you how much money and how much water and gasoline you've got, and that's only 2 pages there. So we've got 3 kilometers west and 3 kilometers south. So better turn ourselves around. So let's go west, and we have to. It's manual gears. There's no option for automatic gears. And I've run into a problem already. I can't actually go 3 kilometers west. because there's no. So I actually have to try and faff my way about. So I'm sort of going. So I've gone 1 kilometre already. Oh, what? Well, I can do the west bit, but I can't do the south bit. You can actually reset the odometer at the bottom right of the screen in order to help gauge how far you're going in a particular direction if needs be. So, and you've got a temperature gauge in the top right corner as well. So 3 kilometres. Now, what's next? 2 kilometres west. Well, I can't go 2 kilometres west. 2 kilometres west, 1 kilometre south, 1 kilometre west. Seriously, can't I just have a map? I mean, who in their right mind would fart around with this nonsense? Of course, I come to a complete halt, so I've gone back to neutral gear, so I had to get myself into first. I've reset the odometer. This is ridiculous. Why can't I just have a map? A map, just being able to switch between this and a map screen would have been preferable to this goes to 3 kilometres west, east, not malarkey. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh, damn it, I just pressed the wrong button. I accidentally reset the odometer. And I still don't know if I've actually done the 2 kilometres west and the 1 kilometre south, but it looks like I've got another 1 kilometre west. Oh, God. This really isn't enjoyable. I mean, it's good that they managed to get a bit of colour into the proceedings, although it did mean character by character movement for a lot of it, particularly when you're going quickly, which is why it looks a bit choppy. Unfortunately, having it going smoothly would have resulted in quite a bit of colour clash in certain areas of the. I mean, where you got the green, those green hedges in the yellow there, had it been any smoother, you can already see there's a bit of bleed going on. And I'm completely lost. 4 kilometres north, 1 kilometre west. Oh, for God's sake, why can't I just have a map? And I can't go north. Oh, I started going a spin. I must have. Must have been too fast or something. But it doesn't feel like too fast at the best of times. I mean, there's not really an illusion of speed. And don't be fooled by those arrows on the road. They don't seem to have any kind of bearing as to. I mean, all they do is tell you when there's a turning off screen that's a curve off screen that's just coming up, which you otherwise wouldn't know about because you can't see enough of the road ahead of you. I keep accidentally. 4 kilometres north. Oh, I keep forgetting I have to manually adjust the gears. Oh, dearie me. This is an absolute chore. All because they couldn't have just done a map. I mean, I actually saw YouTubers used to rate a game called Crazy Cars 2 on the Amiga. in one of his own shit game time reviews, and that actually had a map, and that worked a lot better than this go 4 kilometers west, 1 kilometer south, and all that malarkey. I mean, I don't even know if I've gone far enough. I'm totally lost. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. I mean, the control of the vehicle's okay. It's not amazing. And obviously, there's a little bit of broadside there, as you just saw, which is why I was drifting over slightly to the left. So it does have that kind of thing in it. But oh dear. Right, it looks like I've done 4 kilometres. Whether that takes into account the 1 kilometre west that I also had to do in those instructions, your guess is as good as mine, because I'm totally lost. Reset the odometer. For goodness sake, what is this? Right. Right, I think I've completed that page now, hopefully. 8 kilometres south, 9 kilometres east. Oh boy. I mean, would a race like a rally like this really be this much of a faff to get about? See, I can't go south. It's ridiculous. And the fact is, you have to go so far out of your way to actually get to a direction where you can go in. It means you just get totally lost. And by which point you can't tell if you've gone. You completely lose track of how far you've gone in a particular direction. Ooh, a little bit of bleed on that wall there. Oh, for goodness. See, now I'm being forced to go north because I can't go south. Now I'm having to reset the odometer until I can start going south again because... Oh, for goodness sake. Right, now I'm starting to go south again, but little good is going to do me. Oh, a little jump there. Did I really just jump across a level crossing? Oh, is that another car? No, it's not. Right, I better think about getting some fuel. Because I've just seen a petrol station there. What? I didn't hit anything. Did you see me just bounce off nothing there? Oh, collision detection. I clearly didn't hit that. Right. So this is where I can spend some money to get some upgrades to things like brakes. Oops, press the wrong button. Now, you might think that to get to petrol you have to go right, and then down. But no, if you press down, it takes you back. It actually exits them. That's very poor. So you actually have to press right to go onto the... Right, now to... Come on, buy some petrol. Oh, I see, I have to press up to buy things. Who designed this? Oh, yeah, I already know because I said it at the start of this review. And you can top up the water. Steering, can I... Oh, that'll do. Oh, piss off. Oh, I just want to turn around. Go away. Oh, for God's sake, I just want to get on my merry little way. Oh, for God's sake. Even just getting petrol and tuning up your car's a flipping chore. Because if you hang around in one space too long, it automatically enters you into the into the shop. Oh, for God's sake. I can't say I'm enjoying this very much. It could have been so much better than this simply by having a proper map, not this, not a selection of directions and distances that are barely even possible to obey. See, look, I can't go south again, and and everywhere's starting, and things are starting to look very samey already. Oh my! Oh, starting to drift over to the left. Oh God! Figure out, what were you thinking? See, it barely even looks like I'm moving there. And I'm supposedly going 186 kilometers per hour. Oh God! And again, I can't go. For a long time, I haven't been able to go south, and I know for a fact that I haven't done them. I haven't been able to do 9 kilometers south. Ooh, other cars. Now, is that another race also, or is it just general other traffic? Oh, this is pants. I'm really not enjoying this. Move it! Well, at least you got sound effects, but like I can go south again. That, oh, for God's sake! Oh, turning the car's a bit laboured. Oh, blooming hell! This sort of thing really doesn't work on 8-bit computers. The resolutions are not high enough to. Oh, that's pointless. I can't go anywhere. You know what? I've been recording for nearly 20 minutes, and quite frankly, I've had enough of this. So I'm actually going to end give my final verdict. I'm not impressed with this game at all. Paris-Dakar is pretty bad. Graphics, well, there's some nice use of colour, a bit of bleed as we've seen, but colour clash. Obviously, the attribute problem is going to present itself in certain ways depending on what's on the side of the road and how it scrolls, which by and large has to be quite choppy, otherwise the clash would have in many cases been horrendous. There's some nice touches like the front wheels of your car actually rotating to the left and right as you steer left and right, just as they would on a real car. But by and large, I think the graphics are about as good as they're going to get. I mean, they look okay for a game from 1988. I mean, that's the same year we had things like the Spectrum port of R-Type and Double Dragon. Sound. Well, there's plenty of sound. It's not like it's deathly silent. There's a constant engine noise you can hear, and you had crash sound and when you changed gears and sped up and the like. So I can't really complain about the sound, although the music on the menu screen isn't exactly particularly melodious. I've heard better even on the 48K Spectrum. Gameplay. Oh dear. Where do I start bashing this game? Well, for starters, having to constantly refer to that list of directions, not only does that really break up the gameplay quite considerably, because you're having to remind yourself where to go, but quite frankly, the way that the track goes about is nothing like as clear cut as explained in the instructions. Because you might say you get an instruction to go 9 kilometers south, like I did, and you find so many areas where you simply can't even go in that direction before you've even reached half that distance, and you have to keep either resetting the odometer to allow for that. You might have to do a pretty lengthy detour, or more than likely you will have to do a pretty lengthy detour in a completely different direction, particularly if you're forced to go in the opposite direction, which can completely throw your kilometres out. But ideally, that whole problem could have been resolved by simply using a map. And if it had been a map, that would have been a far more pleasurable visual guide, which you wouldn't have to keep referring back to pretty much every 30 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds or so, and breaking up the gameplay even more. And I wouldn't say that the car controls particularly well either. I mean, it's not the worst controls I've heard. It's not sluggish, but something about the way the car handles just feels a little off, but the fact that you just feel like you're not getting anywhere because of the vagary of the directions and distance instructions you're given compared to something more useful, like I don't know, a map, like other similar games might, like the aforementioned Crazy Cars 2 might have done. So obviously a map would have been a lot easier to remember, so you wouldn't have to keep flicking back to it as frequently. So no, I'm really not that impressed with this. I mean, I'm not going to criticise it because it's not in English. I mean, it was never released outside of Spain, so expecting it to be in English would have been a big ask. In fact, as far as I can make out, I don't think English-speaking countries even got it until it appeared on the ZX Spectrum Vega in 2015, courtesy of Retro Computers Limited. But yeah, I can't really recommend this game, unfortunately. It's got some okay style, but substance-wise, it's just too annoying and frustrating. So I'm going to give Paris-Dakar on the ZX Spectrum 3 out of 10. That might sound harsh, but the way it handles the instructions and the fact you can't really see all that far ahead of you, plus the problems I was having at the petrol station, it just didn't really do anything for me, and I ultimately just found myself wanting to abandon all hope and do something else, because you just feel like you're not getting anywhere because you quite often can't go in the direction you're being asked to go. And you spend copious amounts of time and distance going in the opposite flipping direction, which is going to completely throw your distance gauging out. So I think I'm going to give it 4 out of 10. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that review. Hope to catch you on another video soon. Texie88 out.